Today we're going to be talking with Christian and his mother Karen about his experience prior to HitCorp, his experience at the Plasticity Brain Centers, and how he feels now.
Hi, my name is Christian, and HitCorp sent me to the Plasticity Brain Center in Orlando in April. My mom found HitCorp, it seems like a year ago, and she sent Bill Dorton an email about this brain clinic in Orlando, and I guess he got right back to her, and then it took forever, and then one day he said, "Can you call me?" And they talked on the phone, and my mom told me about this, and I was super skeptical, and I was like, I don't know if I want to just go to this clinic in Orlando. I didn't want to leave my couch.
And I get that phone call, I was laying on my bed talking to him for about 45 minutes, and it was like talking to myself, and it was a very surreal situation for myself, probably as well as for him.
Definitely. I felt like, you know, I'm not the only one in the world that has these issues, and it made me realize that I can get better, and that there is something that I can do that I just haven't tried yet. In December of 2017, I sustained a severe concussion at wrestling practice. I had suffered from post-concussion syndrome for 17 months, and HitCorp decided I would be a perfect candidate to send to Plasticity. I had headaches every day. I was extremely nauseous. I was frustrated because I felt like I had a hard time writing my own name on a piece of paper, and I just felt like I couldn't remember anything, and I couldn't accomplish anything that I wanted to, and I hit rock bottom. I honestly lost a lot of my friends because I would just get so mad, and I would say things that I didn't mean, but I was just acting in frustration. My family didn't really understand it, I feel like, 100%. And then once they saw me, the before and after, I think they realized how much of a better state of mind and just overall health bill I was.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm Christian's mom. We recently were sponsored to go to Plasticity Brain Center, and Christian completed a 5-day therapy with them. Before we arrived there, my daily concerns with him were just getting through the day. If he was going to have a bad day, I was always worried about something bad happening every day. He was watched like a hawk. I received a letter from a parent from a friend of my son's, and I wanted to read this to you as a perspective of the before and after of what happened to Christian. I first met Christian after my son's wrestling practice. Unlike typical high schoolers, Christian walked up to me, looked me in the eye, and started a confident, friendly, and engaging conversation that took me by surprise. My son came home and told me about Christian's accident. At first, we weren't too concerned. Wrestling injuries aren't exactly a rare occurrence, but as time passed, it was apparent something was definitely wrong. Christian was no longer at practice. He was no longer at school. He just simply disappeared. Christian recently explained to me that the only way he could describe how he felt would be for a person to imagine the worst headache mixed with the worst nausea, combined with constant exhaustion, and drag that feeling out over every waking moment for 18 months.
So Dr. K every day would put this light in my nose because the wall behind your sinuses, I guess, it's like the thinnest, and you could stick a light there and it would actually go onto your brain. And at first, the first time she did it, I was trying as hard as I could not to gag, and I was trying not to vomit because I absolutely hate things up my nose. And as the second time, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna puke all over this lady. I'm not gonna be able to do this. And I did it, and each day it got easier and easier, and that was just one of the many things that contributed overall. One of the treatments every day was called the mark, and it was like you sitting in a chair and them spinning you counterclockwise 8 times, and you would have to sit there for a second, and you would have to watch this band with a star on it, and it was the only thing you were allowed to look at while you were getting spun. And Honestly, after the first time they did it, I thought there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to do this. This is insane. I don't know why they're going to do this. And I wasn't dizzy or at all. And I was like, okay, you know. And after that, I started to feel a little bit better. And then I started realizing I didn't have headaches at all. So honestly, after the first day, I felt like I had no idea why any of this was going to help me, and I was super skeptical. And the second day, I felt a little bit better, and I thought, you know, maybe this is like the real deal, and I'm gonna, you know, this is gonna fix me. And then as each day moved forward, I felt better and better, and I started to realize what I was supposed to feel like and not what I had felt like, and that I was on the road to recovery and I was gonna get my old life back.
Nothing makes me happier to say that the impressive young man that I first met after wrestling practice has recently come back into our lives. The remnants of the accident seem non-existent. 2 futures were saved with this treatment, Christian and his mom's.
We had the same problem, right? Yeah, we thought our head was tilted to the left.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Weirdos.
We're just great minds think alike, I guess. I don't know. So they actually, at Plasticity, we came to the conclusion I had one of the exact same issue that one of the founders, Bill Dorton, had. And both of our brains thought our head was tilted to the left at all times. And we had the same issues, and we had the same regimens and therapies that we had to complete on a daily basis. When they told me that Bill had the same issue, it opened a door, made me realize that I'm not the only person that's experiencing this, and that I'm not the only one, because for so long I thought maybe I'm making this up and I'm just doing something to myself. But making it so I had something extremely to relate to, it made me feel so much better about myself, and it boosted my confidence through the roof.
What treatments did you try before we reached out to you that got you to Plasticity before?
I had a concussion doctor, and I would go to him every week, and I remember I wasn't allowed to read anything or watch TV or be in extremely lit places. And then I went to neuropsychology.
Concussion doctor pretty much put you in the dark?
Yes, I got put in the dark. I got put in timeout for a long time. And my neuropsychology doctor, I went to her once a week, and we would talk about my issues and try and, resolve what I had going on emotionally from my concussion.
Did they try to prescribe you any prescriptions or anything to help?
My neurologist prescribed me on a medication that I absolutely hated taking, and that I actually just found pills that I was hiding in my dresser that I wouldn't take because I didn't want to be the guy that was on pills 24 hours a day.
I've been there. Definitely been there on that one.
So the symptoms I had before the treatment really revolved around my headaches and my nausea, my frustration, and my anxiety. And after going to Plasticity, I can't even tell you the last time I had a headache, and I'm not depressed anymore, and I'm not nervous about everything, and I'm not nauseous, and I have 100% my old life back.
How are you feeling now that this all said and done? What has changed? Where are you today?
I honestly feel the best I've ever felt in my whole life, and I can never repay you guys enough for giving me the opportunity to get my old life back and get me on the road to recovery. I can't thank you guys enough.
Since we've been there and during our treatment there, I immediately noticed a difference in Christian. On day 3, he was completing homework without having to look anything up, without frustration. He had clarity I hadn't seen in over a year. When we returned home, the improvements were instantaneous. He was back to work without any problems. I wasn't worried every day of him coming home and having a total outburst. He was back to himself. He was focused, he was clear, he was level-headed, he was excited for the future. In all of that, I will tell you that just since we've been home, the success at work has been tenfold. He's been promoted to full-time, he's been given an IRA, he's been put on their health plan, he's going on his first business trip with the company this week. There are no words. There are no words to express my gratitude.
Christian, thank you for coming out and telling us about your story and the before, and really how the improvements that you've realized after the treatment. Thank you for coming out and explaining to everybody, really behind the scenes, what the struggle is with post-concussion syndrome.
I can't thank HitCorp enough to give me the opportunity to get my old life back.